Today on Deep Dive, we're going to be looking at Marvel Comics Tales to Astonish number 45. Can Ant-Man save the Wasp before it's too late? Let's flip some pages and find out. Hello everyone, my name is Devin, also known as DH Artist, and welcome back to my Deep Dive series. Today we'll be taking a look at an early adventure featuring Ant-Man and the Wasp, and if you missed my Deep Dive coverage of their other issues, I'll link to them in the video description below. Today's issue also features the return of an early Ant-Man villain, Egghead, who first appeared in Tales to Astonish number 38. With each book you can expect their conditions to vary. Today's issue is in fair condition, with a tear on the cover and some well-read pages, but there's nothing here to detract from the artwork or the main story. Now, even though this can be viewed on your phone or computer, try casting it onto your TV so you can really see the detail and quality of the issue. If you enjoy these types of videos and want to see more content like it, check out some of my other deep dives. I've covered issues like Amazing Spider-Man number 11, Mr. Miracle number 2, Tales of Suspense number 55, and Fantastic Four number 21, featuring the first appearance of the Hate-Monger. For a complete list of my videos, visit the organized playlists on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single video. Tales to Astonish number 45 was published in July of 1963. Editor-in-chief was Stan Lee. Cover artists were Jack Kirby, Dick Ayers, Stan Goldberg, and Artie Simek. There are 3 stories in this book. The Ant-Man story, titled The Terrible Traps of Egghead, was written by Stan Lee and H.E. Huntley, penciled and inked by Don Heck, and lettered by Artie Simek. The second story, titled Bronson's Brain, was written by Stan Lee, penciled by Steve Ditko, and lettered by Artie Simek. The third story, titled It Walks Like a Man, was written by Stan Lee and Robert Bernstein, penciled by Paul Reinman, and lettered by Terry Szenics. And finally, there's a short story titled The Future, and its writer is uncredited. The book consists of 32 pages with a cover price of 12 cents. Our first story begins with a brief recap of Egghead's first battle with Ant-Man from Tales to Astonish number 38, detailing how he had nearly trapped Ant-Man if it weren't for the hero's electronic spring shoes and giant flypaper. Egghead managed to escape the police, and we presently find the villain in a Bowery flophouse. One day, while overhearing a conversation about Ant-Man and the Wasp, he quickly introduces himself to the crooks. Egghead convinces the 2 thugs to help him defeat Ant-Man by using the Wasp as bait. He then gets to work building a device that scrambles the messages that ants transmit, and disguising himself as a zoologist that specializes in insects, he begins giving lectures to rouse the interest of Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne. Here we have the short story titled The Future, and it's concluded later in the issue. Later, after planning a wasp exhibit at the zoo, Egghead has his men steal a pennant from a diamond cutter, and with the help of his invention, he's able to scramble the ants' alarm message so Ant-Man doesn't learn of the theft until after they've escaped. After checking the crime scene, Ant-Man is sure the robbers will strike again, but next time he'll be ready. The next day, Egghead plants the stolen pennant in the wasp exhibit at the zoo, with the hopes that the wasp will visit the exhibit and try to get it back. Sure enough, his plan works. Janet arrives at the zoo and while exploring the wasp exhibit, notices the stolen pennant cleverly concealed. Later that night, she changes into the wasp and returns to the zoo alone. As she investigates the exhibit, the wasp becomes trapped in a tiny maze. Realizing there's no escape, she radios Ant-Man for help. Quickly leaving his laboratory, Ant-Man rushes to the zoo. But when he travels into the wasp exhibit to help Janet, Egghead switches it with a devious trap. Suddenly, Ant-Man finds himself face to face with an iguana, and using a discarded pin like a lance, he fights the lizard as if he were a knight. Defeating the lizard, Ant-Man breaks free of the glass case, and though Egghead releases the wasp, our heroes don't have time to celebrate, because he also releases an anteater. Quickly, Ant-Man uses his lasso to tie around the anteater's snout. He's then able to wrangle it to the ground. As Egghead's goons attack, the wasp pokes them using the pin that Ant-Man found, and after trapping the crooks in the snake exhibit, our heroes call the police. But their victory is short-lived, because during the confusion, Egghead managed to escape, and he's plotting to return again, this time with a better trap that even Ant-Man himself can't escape. Our second story, titled Bronson's Brain, tells the story of Boris Bronson, a young prodigy whose intelligence is far superior to anyone else. As he grew older, he grew smarter, and as time passed, he became more conceited. Since no one can match his intellect, Bronson builds a spaceship and travels the universe, in search of others as smart as him. Finally, he comes to a planet of highly advanced aliens, and they guide him through a series of tests to track his intelligence. However, after failing every test they prepare, the aliens determine that his intelligence is far too low. Then, for his own safety, they imprison him, leaving Bronson to wish that he had never left Earth. Some of the classic advertising found within this issue is a full-page ad to learn electrical appliance repair from home. You can learn the art of hypnosis from the Palmer Jones Publishing Company. You can make extra money selling shoes for the Mason Shoe Manufacturing Company. And near the back, there's an ad for kids to order 2 complete fishing outfits for only $12.95. Our final story takes place in the future. A young girl named Ronnie is shopping with her father when they come across a store display featuring robot playmates for children. And after a brief demonstration, she begs her father to buy one. Reluctantly, her father gives in and buys the one named Carlo the Clown. Later that day, after returning home, her parents become worried that she's getting too attached to it. So that night, they decide that they'll return the robot before she comes home from school. But when Ronnie comes home early, she sees the sales truck picking up Carlo, and as it drives away, she chases after it. Chasing the truck into the street, Ronnie falls into oncoming traffic, and just before she's struck by a car, Carlo the Clown breaks free of his restraints, jumps from the moving truck, and shields Ronnie with his body, saving her. And though the robot is severely damaged, Ronnie's dad vows to rebuild it, for it took a robot to teach him that you don't have to be made of flesh and blood to have a heart. I hope you enjoyed today's deep dive. If there's a particular issue or comic you'd like me to flip, drop it down in the comments section and I'll see if I can add it to my poll box. If you enjoy these types of videos, please show your support by subscribing to my channel. As always, please consider liking, and feel free to share this video. And until next time, deep divers, thanks for watching.